Hey guys, I am DM Zone. This is Gamer Joy Says. Let's get into it. Okay, guys. So I want to go ahead and show a Menora hunt. This was actually one of 10 different hunts that I did for a total of 150 PED. It was an idea I flirted with as maybe a way I could jump into 30 PED hunts if I got a bigger gun, or 50 PED hunts with a bigger gun, and then I could keep the same ratio of head spend to try and evaluate that. So that's kind of what I'm doing moving forward. So with my adjusted bootkin, I'll go ahead and do 10, 15 PED hunts, and then when I go up from there, it'll be 30 PED hunts, and then up from there, it'll be like if I'm using like an AR-10, probably be 30 PED hunts, and if I'm using like a AR-25 or something like that, it'll be like a 50 PED hunt. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing, was sort of being able to take this into the next level. But I wanted to go ahead and go deeper into this and talk a little bit about each one of these cards moving forward. Let me pull one up here real quick. So just as an example here, I have the ammo looter profession. You can see I got my starting skills, I got my ending skills, I got my skills gained, and I got percentage towards that proficiency. So in this case, I gained 47 points of alertness, which at 6% value gives me 2.8% of a level by itself. So if I would have had, let's say, 30 times that number, and I was closer to 100%, that by itself would be, well, that amount of alertness would raise my proficiency of ammo looter by 1. But that's not the only one. So if I go to evader, you'll see that in evader alertness is 5%, and that same 47 ended up giving me 2.35 versus 2.82 for the 6%. Now, sadly, those are the only two skills I can look at for alertness. But if I go to anatomy and I go over to paramedics, you can see that anatomy is 13% of anatomy is 13% of the proficiency gained. So I have 126 points gained over this 150 PED. But it raised that proficiency by 16.5. Anatomy will not affect the range to hit, but it will affect range damage, which is 20%. So of the 126 points I gained, it gave me 25.20% of a level. So basically, if I would have had just over 500, or right at 500 points of anatomy, or actually exactly 500, it would be 100% of a level would be gained just by my anatomy. So you look at my anatomy being at 2,400 points, that means I've almost gained 5 points of range laser damage just from my anatomy skill being up, which is pretty significant. Another big one would be like looking at my laser rifle to hit skill. Rifle is 39%. If you look at my skill, it'd be 2,482. That means that many levels of my laser sniper has it made up just from my rifle. If you were to total the entire value section in this, that would equal 100. So, you know. Alright, so now you understand kind of how the cards work. Now I'm going to go ahead and move forward doing a little bit larger pool of hunts. I talked about this in the past. I've talked about the fact that I want to be able to adjust to different weapons, and I think I've met that with being able to do intervals of 30 and 50. And if I get really far down the way and I'm really doing big hunts, guess what? I could do 300 PED hunts or 450 PED hunts, and then I'm still in intervals of that. It just requires a whole lot of Menora hunts with a adjusted bootkin to be able to equal one of those. So one of these hunts I'm going to be doing moving forward is I'm going to be doing some dire weeds. The dire weeds are more than an adjusted bootkin, but they're not quite an AR-10. So I have a weapon that I believe is perfect for that. It was a weapon that was given to me. It's one I'm not going to be able to replicate. But when I get it, I'm just going to go ahead and find something else in that ballpark, and we'll do some tests against it. The problem with the weapon that was given me was a little bit low efficiency. When I even put all my stuff on there to raise my efficiency, it only brings it back to a normal efficiency for like an adjusted boot kit. So I've got to figure out a way to do that. Also, there's the future ability of putting enhancers on my adjusted beacon, and being able to hunt different things. With the enhancers, that will actually raise my efficiency and all that even further, I think, and allow me to probably hunt different things, even though I'm still using this very entry-level weapon, probably in ways it was never intended to be used, or maybe hoped it wouldn't be used. I think it's going to be very good, so I'm trying to get at. I'm also going to be doing another aspect of this where I'm going to be able to go back and look at previous hunts that I've already done and then compare them to where I am now. My expectation, I haven't started this yet, is you're going to see a drastic decrease in skills gained, because I'm obviously higher in skill. And then it's going to come down to, is it worth it? Is it worth continuing to hunt for skills, or at this point in time, am I only hunting for profit? Because I don't need to go out there and just blink certain shots. I need to basically call my shots in for specific things. Because I'm starting to slow down so much that the amount of PED put into it is nowhere near the amount of profession gained. And I've gotten to the point of where my professions are slowing down so much in hunting aspect, in a certain aspect, shall we say, that maybe I need to focus on other things, so those are higher, so I can do better, like evade, like looter profession, and that type of stuff. And that's where my points would be better spent. Because if I'm only using that adjusted bootkin or something in that ballpark, do I really need a 35 shooter skill and damage skill? I don't think so. Do I need to maybe work on melee so that I can get my evade up higher and my dodge up higher, and maybe my strength up higher and agility up higher, because those kind of focus more on that than my shooter profession. It's not about the quick gain of the melee profession, which would obviously happen because some melees I've never done. And I've been purposely waiting to do that so I could literally see start to finish what that progression would look like with a profession that you were to switch into. But I haven't gotten to that yet. So it's kind of something I'm looking at. Some stuff I'm kind of debating, or maybe I need to just focus now on mining and go from there. My mustache is getting super itchy today. But anyways, so yeah, some more self-reflection, a little bit of evaluation, looking into this, and then we'll move forward. And again, it's going to be cool to look back and to see if I can find 150 PED worth of hunts to evaluate them versus now, and to see what that is. And then the further step, and if you made it this far into the video and you like this video, just go ahead and give me a like. It helps the algorithm and it gets the video out to more people, and you're kind of the exclusive few. Many people don't watch at this point in the video, so I'll tell you the other half of this. I want to take those points and be like, okay, my starting point is X. I gained 136 points. How much is that worth? There's going to be one more bar over. What's the value impact of that? How many PED did I earn during that hunt in my rifle skill? And then, or not earn. And then, is that worth it? Is it worth it to do it that way? You know, it's not necessarily the skill going up, but it's the PED invested into the character. What's the transference from ammo being put in to skill being put in? How much of that remains? Is that actually like a hidden, is that like the hidden profit that your character is making? That you're selling your character, but you get the general idea of what I'm talking about. It's an investment into your character. And then, is that worth it? Does that price change? Just because I gained, let's say, 200 points in marksman when it first came out, is that beneficial? Is that worth more now than the 120 or 156 points of marksman or whatever it was I gained, because I went from like 1200 to 1400 and something? What is worth more? Is it the 300 before, or is it the 156 now? And I think that's the type of stuff that will be interesting to look at. And then I gotta look at, when is my next hidden skill, and is it worth pushing to get that hidden skill, and then pushing through that hidden skill until it starts to slow down at about 1,000. And what would 1,000 of that hidden skill actually do for me? Would it be worth it? If it's let's say 10% and I have 1,000, that gives me 1 point of maybe that proficiency. Is spending it enough to get that to 1,000 worth that 1 point of profession? Do I need that profession? Is it looter? It's always worth it if it's looter, right? Or is it like 1 more point of rifle skill? I don't know. Or is it not clear? Is it like serendipity when I get to a 30 profession, which might be worth reaching, because that unlocks serendipity, which unlocks a lot of things. And then maybe I don't have to push by doing hunting. Maybe by just doing everything else, serendipity will go up, and I will have a cheaper, easier way of doing it. I'm getting a little far off of the topic. That's going to be stuff I look into in future videos. Look for basically a whole series is going to come out pretty rapid when that comes out. Anyways, guys, if you got value out of this video, please hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what aspects you think I missed in this video, or what you would like to know more about. And when I do future videos, I'll try and include that into that video. And like I said, there is going to be a series coming out afterwards. This is sort of like the primer, letting you guys know that during this period of time I've started my work, and when I go back and show you the future, you'll know this is when all this started. Anyways, thank you, I appreciate it, and have a great day.